Okay, so let's get real for a second. Have you ever felt like your English is just stuck in a textbook? Like you know the rules, but speaking feels clunky and unnatural? Well, if that's you, then you're in the right place. We're about to crack the code on how to move from just knowing English to actually speaking it, automatically and with confidence. So, let's dive right in.
You know that feeling, right? You have the perfect idea in your head, but then there's that moment where you can almost hear the gears turning in your brain as you translate it word for word from your native language? Yeah? If that sounds familiar, we're here to get rid of that delay for good.
All right, so let's give this problem a name. Let's call it what it is, the translation bottleneck. I want you to imagine this tiny, overzealous interpreter living in your brain. And this guy is a little too eager to help. He grabs every single thought you have and painstakingly translates it. And the result? It's slow. And worse, because languages don't map one-to-one, the phrasing often comes out sounding, well, a little bit awkward.
Seriously, this mental traffic jam? It's often the single biggest wall that people hit on their way to fluency. So let's take a closer look at exactly why this happens and, honestly, the damage it's doing to your confidence.
Okay, and check this out. The first thing I want you to see here is that you are so not alone in this. I mean, look at this chart. For a massive number of learners, the biggest hurdle isn't knowing more words or memorizing grammar rules. Nope, it's these processing issues, exactly like this translation habit. So let's get this straight. This has nothing to do with how smart you are. It's just a mental habit, and any habit can be rewired.
And this phrase just nails it, doesn't it? The traffic jam of the brain. It's that exact feeling of having all these great ideas just piling up, bumper to bumper, in your mind, completely unable to get out. Total gridlock between your brain and your mouth.
And what happens with this traffic jam? Well, it creates this nasty, vicious cycle. It all starts with this fear of perfection, right? You don't want to say the wrong thing. So that fear makes you hesitate, and that hesitation ramps up your anxiety. And here's the kicker, the real irony. All that pressure actually makes you way more likely to mess up. The only way to break this is to start seeing errors as just data points for learning, not failures.
Okay, so enough about the problem. How do we clear this traffic jam once and for all? Well, the answer is you've got to build a bypass. You have to learn how to go around that internal interpreter. It is time to start thinking directly in English.
And the master key to doing this is a little thing called direct association. Here's the crucial idea. It is all about cutting out the middleman, your native language. We're firing that overzealous interpreter, and instead, we're going to build a direct superhighway between an English word and the actual thing it represents, the image, the feeling, the concept itself.
This slide just shows it perfectly. It's the before and after of your brain. On the left, you've got the slow path, the old way. It's a multi-step process, thought to native language to English. Ugh, exhausting. But look at the right. That's the fast path. It's a direct line, a straight shot from your thought right into spoken English. That speed, that automatic feeling, that is what we're aiming for.
Okay, let's make this super concrete. Take the word apple. Right now, I want you to stop. Don't think of the word for apple in your language. Instead, I want you to actually see a bright red, shiny apple in your mind. Imagine picking it up. Feel the weight of it. Now imagine taking a bite. Hear that loud crunch, smell it, taste it. See? That's it. You're connecting the English word apple directly to that whole sensory experience. That's direct association in action. All right, so once you start getting the hang of thinking directly in English, it's time to level up. Let's talk about building better sentences, how to do it faster and, make them sound way more sophisticated. Chunking. This is the secret weapon for speaking speed. Look, real fluency isn't about having a dictionary in your head. It's about having these pre-built phrases, these chunks ready to go. Things like as soon as possible or on the other hand. You store them as one single unit, so you can just grab it and use it instantly without even thinking.
Okay, now let's talk sophistication. A super common thing for learners is to just string everything together with the word and. She got home late and she missed her dinner. I mean, it works technically, but it's kind of basic. If you want to sound more advanced, start using subordination with words like because, although, or while. Look at this second example. Because she got home late, bam! Right away you have a clear cause and effect. It's just so much clearer and honestly more powerful.
So how do you actually practice this? Well, there's this awesome technique called SCT, or Sentence Combining Technique. And this quote nails it. It's basically grammar practice on steroids. It's like taking your brain to the gym.
You take simple sentences and you actively work on combining them in more complex, more interesting ways. You're literally building that mental muscle for advanced speaking.
Okay, we've covered a lot. We've talked about thinking directly in English, and we've talked about building better sentences. Now it's time for the final, and maybe the most overlooked piece of the puzzle: the music of English. The rhythm that makes you sound natural, not like a robot.
And listen, this is so crucial. You could have perfect, flawless grammar, but if you sound robotic, if your rhythm is all off, people will struggle to listen. It's just hard on the ears. It's not just what you say, it's 100% how you say it. Mastering that natural flow is a game changer. So, what's the best way to do this? Shadowing. It's a super simple but incredibly powerful technique. Think of it like you're the shadow of a native speaker. You listen to them and you repeat what they say almost at the exact same time. You're not just copying the words, you're copying the music, the intonation, the rhythm, the little pauses, all of it.
And when you start doing this, you'll immediately notice all these little tricks native speakers use to make their speech flow smoothly. For example, catenation, linking sounds. No one says an apple, we say an apple. It all blends together. Or elision, dropping sounds. We don't say next door, we say next door. That T just disappears for an easier flow. These are the little secrets you can only learn by listening. You'll never find them in a grammar book.
Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've gone from rewiring your brain to think in English, all the way to mastering the music of the language. So, now for the most important part. Let's put this all together into a simple, daily action plan that you can start using, like, right now, today.
Here's your 3-step daily plan. Super simple. Step 1. Start simple. Don't try to build massive, complex sentences right away. Just focus on basic subject-verb-object sentences to build confidence. Step 2, and this one is huge. Practice narrating. Seriously, just describe what you're doing out loud in English. I am making coffee. I am opening the door. This directly builds that thinking in English habit. And finally, step 3, use your tools constructively. When a grammar checker corrects you, don't just blindly hit accept. Take a second to understand why it was wrong.
And that last point brings me to a really important warning. It's a concept called fossilization. This is what happens when a mistake, a bad habit, gets repeated so many times that it becomes, well, a fossil. It gets permanently locked into your brain. The only way to avoid this is to be an active learner. You have to be curious. You have to always ask why. That's how you really learn.
So there you have it. We've broken down the code. It's about thinking directly, building smarter sentences, and mastering the music of the language. The only question left is the one you see right there. So, what's it going to be? Pick one of these bottlenecks, just one, and start breaking it down today. Your journey to real, honest-to-goodness fluency, it starts right now.